Whether you're celebrating a special occasion, like a birthday or an anniversary, or it's just a random Wednesday night and you want to treat yourself, there is no better way to do that than with grilled lobster tails. And I'm going to show you how to do that today on Greg the Grilling Guy. Hey y'all, if you enjoy what you see on the channel, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. It really helps the channel out and lets me know that you're liking what I'm doing. And now back to the cook. I love cooking lobster tails. They're a meal that if you go to a restaurant, they're kind of a special occasion. They're expensive, so there is that kind of mystique and allure about them. But you can make them at home for a lot cheaper than buying them out at a restaurant. Now, they are kind of tricky to cook in that if you overcook it, you don't want to undercook fish. But if you overcook lobster, it will get kind of rubbery fast. So you're looking to catch that right at 140 degrees. You really got to be quick on this. But I'm going to walk you through the steps. Now, I picked up these two lobster tails versus paying market price at a restaurant. You can get these things really, really cheap, and they're quick to cook. We're going to go through the process of shelling them, of making a butter for them, cooking them, and then presenting them. So let's start with the shelling.
When it comes to shelling the lobster tails, you're going to want to use a pair of lobster shears if you have them. If not, you can use regular kitchen scissors. You're going to want to cut down the center of the lobster tail right down to the tail, but be careful not to damage the meat as you do so. With the shell cut, peel away the first couple of sections from the front of the shell. This is going to help you extract the meat and will help with the presentation as well. With those sections removed, start to pry the sides of the shells away from the meat. You may have to put your finger in on the bottom side of the shell to help do the final separation of the meat from the shell. Once that's done, you should be able to lift the meat out and place it on top of the shell. It will remain attached near the tail, but this is going to allow for cooking and presentation.
Next, we're going to put together the butter sauce. We're going to take all this and go out to the barbecue. So let's get that mixed up, and I'll see you out there.
I started by dicing 2 cloves of garlic for the butter mixture. When it comes to something like this, fresher is always better, so I do try to start with fresh ingredients. Next, I halved a lemon, took that and placed it into a tinfoil dish that I was going to use to hold the butter mixture. I squeezed the juices out of both halves of the lemon, and then added a whole stick of butter, because why not? I also added a teaspoon of paprika, some salt and pepper to taste, as well as adding in the diced garlic from earlier. I put some everything rub onto the lobster tails, and once these are fully coated, it's out to the grill to cook.
I put the butter mixture on ahead of time to let it come up to temperature. I put the lobster tails on upside down because I want the meat to get a bit of a grill mark, but I don't want to leave it for too long. There we go. I'm going to flip it over to the shell side, but we're only going to leave it on the shell side for probably 4 or 5 minutes, but we're cooking to temperature, not time, so we want to get these things up to about 140 degrees. As the lobster cooks, I'm going to put some of the butter sauce on it, but I don't want to brush off the seasoning I put on there, so I'm just going to kind of drizzle it on. Another minute or so, we're going to take these things inside. Matter of fact, we saw 140 there. So I'm going to take these things inside. Let's get them plated up. All right, we've got this thing plated. I'm going to put a little bit more of that butter on there because, well, why not? Take the lemon, squeeze any juice I can out of that. And let's get the rest of the dishes in here. So we got the lobster plated with some asparagus and some wild mushroom risotto. So this is going to be some good eating tonight. So I'm going to get at this. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like what you saw, please hit like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. I'll put a link in the video description to everything that I used from Amazon. If you're going to order anything, think about using those links. That'd be great. But until next time, Grill it real good.